the Estes Park Police Department received a call of a bull elk that was stuck inside of a swimming pool. And so I hurried up over there because I wasn't sure how deep the swimming pool was, whether it could, keep its head above water or not. So luckily, whenever I got on scene, he was at the shallow end of the swimming pool and not the deeper end, which is good. So he was actually able to stay up out of the water, but it still was too deep enough for him to actually jump and get out of the water, especially because of the tarp that was across the swimming pool to begin with. So I started getting to work. I grabbed some rope and put it around its antlers, draped it around its antlers to so that it would minimize the chance of injury. And at first attempt, I was trying to just from my own strength to try and guide it, give it enough guidance to get out of the water, but it just wasn't budging. It didn't want to go the way I was pulling it. And so when the other officer showed up on scene, him and I took the rope, and we found out that there's actually a set of stairs on the other side of the pool where it was facing. So we were trying to pull him and guide him over to the stairs so he could get out on his own. And he was very reluctant to go the way we were trying to get him to go. And we soon found that the amount of strength between me and the other officer just wasn't enough to get the bull elk to head over to those stairs.
Come on. He's almost to the stairs. Come on. Come on.
We hooked it up to my truck there and very slowly used the truck to pull the elk towards the stairs. And eventually we were able to get him to find the stairs, and he was able to get up and out.
Hold up. All right, he's almost out. 6 more inches. Keep it coming. Just a little bit. There we go. Wait till he gets his nose up. All right, 6 more inches. Almost out. Come on. He's finding it. Come on.
And that's whenever I cut the rope so that he wouldn't be entangled up with the truck, and he was able to run away. And there was a small section of the rope still in his antlers, but it was only draped around his antlers, so it should fall off soon. And you can see in the video, I actually tried to do kind of like a baseball slide to try and catch that remaining rope that was on its antlers, but unfortunately that was unsuccessful. But and I've been today, and I'll continue to monitor the area and try and get eyes on him again, just to make sure that that rope does indeed fall off and not get entangled in anything. He was definitely pretty tired, and I think, he was of course just under a lot of stress, just being in the pool there. And, luckily the water was short enough that he didn't take on any water or inhale any water or anything like that. So, but yeah, so in terms of that, and whenever he actually got out of the swimming pool, no observable injuries or scrapes or anything like that. And he trotted off away normally. So that was great to see that we were able to save him without any injury from the initial incident, and then also from the rescue as well. Yeah, so the rut will be starting here in the next couple weeks here in September. And in the Estes area right now, all the bulls and a lot of the rest of the herd is starting to move down into town. So you could just tell that they're all just kind of preparing right now for the rut. Unfortunately for this bull, he's a little bit smaller of a bull, so I don't think he's going to be taking control of any harem yet this year. But yeah, so but thankfully though, like I said, his body condition is great. He's no observable injuries or anything. So, I think that we'll be able to observe him for years to come around here. One thing I would add is, like, I was glad I was able to share just a glimpse of what wildlife officers and park rangers do really on a daily basis across all corners of Colorado. So I'm just glad that the public are able to see, really the best days on our job and the best feeling whenever we get to, protect wildlife in all sorts of ways. It's a feeling that you just can't really explain. It's just the most just elated feeling that you can have, not only from saving, wildlife such as this bull elk, but, coming up to a challenge and a problem and trying to improvise and come up of a way to solve that issue, and just both of those together, it's just the greatest days on the job, really. First swimming pool rescue for wildlife. Swimming pools aren't that common up in Estes. You'll see them at a couple of the resorts around town and such. So this is definitely the first one for me, and that's one of the greatest things about this job is that you never know what kind of call you're going to get, and what kind of animal needs help, and you kind of go to these calls and you got to improvise with the tools that you have and with the help that you have available to you, and just try and get the job done in any way that you can. I just think it's really important for people, just to take 5 minutes out of their day, or while they're doing chores around their house, just walk around your properties and, look for anything that could potentially entangle really any wildlife. And some of the common entanglements that we see across Colorado with especially these ungulates like moose, deer, and elk are, hammocks and slack lines, clotheslines and swing sets. And a lot of those things, when they're not in use, it's very easy just to take them down and put them away when you're not using them. And on top of that is also just to look around your property and see if there's any food attractants that could attract, wildlife to places that they could get trapped or entangled, such as a swimming pool or an enclosed area where they would have a hard time getting out of.